Alright, what's up guys? So now we're going to be doing the 80s. Now get into it, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to count this as an 80s team. So 8 80s teams. So the Lakers are the champions later on. We're going to start off with the 85 Bucks versus the 86 Bulls. Michael Jordan is finally playing some basketball. Get ready, sit back, relax. Oh yeah, there is another Bucks team. I'm sorry, I'm an idiot. I'm sorry, Bucks fans. You got Sidney Moncrief. But everyone's Michael Jordan's, you're screwed. Is there any other Bucks teams? Milwaukee. Nope. So, yeah. Bulls fans, yeah. You're lucky. The Warriors fans have 2 teams, but they're gonna have to merge since they're in the same decade. Let's get to the matchup. So, I'm sorry, Bucks fans. I forgot that you have another team. So, yeah, Michael Jordan. This is his first game. Let's see how the GOAT himself does.
I'm Brian, and I'm in your neighborhood to break down the upcoming 2K Compete events.
Let me know who you guys think is going to win this. Oh, here. I know I said we're going to be united to Bulls, but we're just going to include this one and the 90s. It's like an entirely different Bulls team. The other ones are just Pip and Jordan, Rodman. So we're going to include this one since it has George Gervin and stuff. Speaking of George Gervin, you know, it has Jordan and stuff. And then obviously we'll have the 96 Bulls. So we'll have 2 Bulls teams. We also need this Bulls team so the brackets even. But yeah, for the 90s there won't be all those Bulls teams. Moncrief with it. What a bad shot. I don't expect this game to be close though. Jordan's open. Never mind, now they're contesting him. Best defense I've ever seen. Michael Jordan can't even knock down a shot. Moncrief to the basket. Bucks ball. Sidney Moncrief. 1 second left. They're gonna pass it to Jordan. Or no good. That's 2-2. Jordan fighting for his life. Only 2 chances. Still in Milwaukee. There's also the 10-11 Bulls. So Bulls fans, you're lucky. You have 3 teams. Thunder fans and Supersonics fans, you get 2. You get the Gary Payton song. Yeah, Bulls fans, you're lucky. If the Bulls pulled off something ridiculous, they could maybe win 3 of the decades. I think, though, the Lakers and the Celtics are going to take this decade. But then I think the 2010s could really be anybody. I think the 2010s will be the most interesting decade to watch. Because the 90s, I'm pretty confident the Bulls are going to win. The 2000s could be like anybody, really. Like, it could be, but I feel like the 2010s will be really cool. Because literally anyone could win the 2010s. I mean, the 13 Heat, the 17 Warriors, the 16 Warriors, the 19 Raptors, Lob City Clippers, you know, the Mavericks if they pull off an upset, the D-Rose Bulls. Like, there's so many teams that could, like, win in the 2010s. The 2000s, also a coin toss, but, like, honestly, anyone could win the 2010s, and I wouldn't be surprised. If I'm being for real. 16 Cavs too. I even forgot about the 16 Cavs. Jordan chokes the jump shot. Then first half, the Bucks taking the lead. Looks like the Bucks will get advanced to the next round. Maybe clip out this decade, but I'm pretty confident that the Lakers or the Celtics will clear out this decade. I think either Larry McHale or Magic and Kareem pretty much swipe this decade by a landslide. Because, come on. Be honest with me. What are the odds that Magic or Larry don't clear up the 80s? Like, Jordan's not in his prime yet. The Bucks have Sidney Moncrief. It looks like the Bucks are going to pull off an upset. Not saying the Bulls are really good or anything, but looks like they're going to pull off an upset. Due to Michael Jordan, obviously. Pretty much Sidney Moncrief was Michael Jordan. It's literally this game, and the Bucks can't get it. This is a pretty solid team. They're not going to pass it to Jordan quite yet. They don't pass it to Jordan. I'm surprised. They're not passing it to Jordan. All right. Oh, Macy. He loses it. Who is that? I don't know who that is. Presley. Oh, guess what though? George Gervin messed up for them there. He choked the free throw. You cannot make this up. That's in the right? Yeah. Alright. Bucks by 5. The Bulls need something here going into the fourth quarter. They need a little bit of momentum. Michael Jordan. Can he give them some momentum? Michael Jordan at the line. He's Jordan, so if he misses a free throw, I'll quit 2K. If he misses this free throw, I'll quit 2K. I'm beating on God. Yeah. Obviously, Michael Jordan is not going to miss a free throw. And now, can the Bucks get one last shot to ruin the Bulls' momentum? No. It's a 3-point game going into the fourth. This is one of the two Jordan teams. So, Michael Jordan doesn't have too many chances to win. Oh, I wouldn't be surprised if unless 2K's broken, I think the 96 Bulls will clear the 90s, but I think the Bulls aren't beating like the 17. I think whoever comes out of the 2010s will win it all. But that's just my opinion. I think whoever comes out in the from the 2010s decade, I think will be the winner, but I never know. For all we know, the 65 Celtics could go on a run. You never know. You honestly never know. The 65 Celtics could go on a run. Macy, this shot pretty much decides the game, and the Bucks are going to win. I don't think there's really a need. I'm going to go to the bathroom because the Bulls are just going to play the foul game. Or not. Alright, the Bucks have the ball. I'm pretty confident this game's over. Presley with if they make this shot as the nail in the coffin. They made it! Michael Jordan on the break. And the one, Michael Jordan keeps their hopes alive at the line. I've never seen Jordan miss a free throw. I don't know who it is, but they're going to the line. First one here, Hodges. This is huge. He makes it. The Bulls called timeout. That's the last timeout. A three would be huge for Chicago. If you're a Bulls fan right now, you're pretty much hoping for an inbound steal. That's pretty much your only hope. I thought Jordan would get the game. Jordan probably has more points just off free throws. Oh, Michael Jordan. He breaks. What kind of shot was that? Michael Jordan and the Bucks eliminate Jordan. What kind of shot was that? Alright. We're unless the Bulls get an inbound steal, it's safe to say it's going to go over. And the Bulls, Jordan, they didn't even shoot Macy. He gets the dunk. Sorry, Bulls fans, but you'd have to get 2 inbound steals. But, yeah, the Bucks win by 4. I mean, definitely an upset. Michael Jordan playing the game. I mean, literally had more points than anybody. And only had 1 basket. Like, the man had more points than Craig Hospital. That's how good he is. Well, anyway, now Dominic Wilkins versus Larry Bird. This is where it's gonna get interesting. Then we're gonna have the Lakers and the Pistons go at it. There's another Michael Jordan team, but we're not gonna use them. We're just gonna use the Cavs. You know, we might as well just use all the Michael Jordan teams. Why the hell not? Yeah. I made it official. We're gonna use all the Michael Jordan teams. So yeah, Bulls fans, there you go. You get like 7 teams. Now, the Bulls have one more team left in the 80s. If the Bulls absolutely dominate the NBA, like, I'm talking if the Bulls literally go off. If the Bulls go ridiculous, they could win the 80s, the 90s, and the 2010s. If D Rose goes off and Jordan goes off from the 80s, and I mean it's expected for the Bulls to win the 90s. See, Johnson with the ball to Larry Bird, one of the greatest shooters in NBA history, pulls up. Bang! Larry Bird. I think this is where we're going to start to see a lot of scoring with people like Larry Bird. So, don't be surprised if teams start putting up 10 points more often. It's 2-2 in the first quarter. Obviously, they're not going to be scoring like 20 points or anything. Because, I mean, it's a 4-minute game. But the reason I made it 1-minute quarters is because if I made it like... That's also the reason it's best of 1. Because if I made it like 3-minute quarters and like a best of 3, then it would take like an hour just for one, series. If we just make it like 1-minute quarter 1 and done, it makes it way quicker. And like I don't have to like make 30 videos. Like 1 decade would probably take like 5 hours. Well, that's close. That's why it's like so like short, because so many teams, right? Like I've been streaming for probably like 50 minutes. And I've been streaming for like 50 minutes. And we're not even in the 90s yet. Yeah. After the 80s, I'm probably gonna go to bed. But we'll see how I'm feeling. Spud Webb's on this team. I forgot about them. Spud Webb has to take a bad shot. This is the Celtics' chance to get the lead. Larry Bird, he loses it. What is that? Well, Spud Webb gets it. One of the shortest players in NBA history. He grabs it. He's an average human height, and he's one of the best dunkers of all time. Celtics down by 4, unexpected, definitely. Arguably one of the greatest victories in NBA history. So, for them to be down by 4 at halftime to the 86 Hawks is definitely shocking. See if Larry Bird can have a good game, though. Let me guys know, who do you think is going to win everything? Like, just be the king. I'm probably taking the 17 Warriors. I'm gonna take the 19 Raptors. I'm a Raptors fan, and that's literally like the last in order. So I mean, I'm not gonna get the. It'll be 70s and so 70s versus 90s. Then so it'll be 3 teams left. Then you might ask, well, how are you gonna do it with 3 teams? So what we're gonna do is 3 options. We'll spin a wheel to decide. A, we'll use the random thing on 2K to bring back one team that was eliminated. B, we will B, we will do like a thing where they each have to verse the 2021 Nets, and the team who scores the least points is kicked out, and then the 2 teams will play the finals. Or C. Now, this is something that could change it. C. That we use the wheel to determine just a champion, an automatic champion based off luck. I'm joking. No, we're not going to have an automatic champion based off luck. What season's going to be is we'll have like every team, we'll do like a tournament style. They each verse each other and have like every team versus each other, so every team's playing against 2 teams. We'll add up the points. Whoever scores the least amount of points is done. This game is gonna be kind of bland. I mean, this is a huge upset. Like, come on, this is a huge upset. But this is the thing with 2K. But I mean, the Celtics still have a chance. Larry Bird knocks down 3. It's only a 4-point game. All the Hawks need to do is make it. But if the Celtics miss this shot, one of the Celtics team is gone. Celtics fans, I would be shocked if you win this game. Larry Bird doesn't take the shot. Kevin McHale flops. This game's over. Good game from the Boston Celtics. Tried their best. But the Atlanta Hawks are going to give them their best too, and they're going to win by 7 points, 5-12, unless Whitman takes a shot. He's not going to take a shot. 5-12, Celtics lose. Pretty big upset. Like, this is a huge upset. So the Hawks are going to advance. In the last game, the Bucks beat the Bulls, which was an upset. 2 upsets. So now we got one of the best teams in NBA history. But the Bad Boys Pistons. Who do you guys think's gonna win? Let's see if I can get a prediction right. This will be my first prediction right, but I'm taking the 87 Lakers. If the 87 Lakers in this game, I'm gonna cry. Oh yeah. By the way, after the 80s, I'm gonna end this the stream, and then I'll do the 90s later and stuff. The only reason I did these many decades is because the 70s and 60s were really short. Like, the 60s is only 1 game, and the 70s is like 3 games. Yeah, the 70s is literally 3 games. So we played like 4 games, so it wasn't very long. That's why I'm doing this many decades, but usually I'm gonna do 1 decade per video since they're way longer decades, like the 2010s and stuff. But the reason I did like 3 decades in like the same like hour is because the other decades were really short, so I think it's fair to just to record 1 game, and you guys have to wait till tomorrow just for 3 games. Like, it would just be annoying, so I thought I would just do, like, the first 3 parts today, because, I mean, why not? There's only, like, 5 games left. So I don't really mind it. Yeah, that's why I'm doing so many decades, but usually I'll do, like, 1 decade per video. So, this series will probably be about 6 or 7 parts. It's definitely going to be less than 10 parts. I'm confident that this will be less than 10 parts. This series, I'm confident that this series will be less than 10 parts. But yeah, that's that. Yeah. Just say you guys think he's gonna win it all. Jordan Bulls, Curry or Durant Warriors, Magic Lakers. I mean, I should probably be doing. I would do commentary on this game, but it's a blowout. I mean, this is a pretty important game, though. Yeah, Pistons fans, if I'm not tripping, this is your only team. Oh no, I'm tripping. The 04 Pistons. But if I'm not tripping, you only have 2 teams, the Bad Boys Pistons and the 04 Pistons, if I'm not tripping. Then I don't think the Pacers have a single team. Because Reggie Miller isn't in the game. Yeah, Reggie Miller isn't in the game, so there's no like 1999 Pacers. And 2014 Pacers. I'm an idiot. Paul George Pacers. That's literally the only Pacers. So yeah, I'm sorry to Pacers fans, but if you're a Pacers fan, don't expect to even win a decade. If you're a Lakers fan, I wouldn't be surprised if you win the 80s and the 2000s. I don't believe the Lakers have a team in the 2010s because the Powell and Kobe Lakers aren't in the game. So no. Yeah, no. You know. Yeah. So the Lakers don't have a team in the 2010s. And they do have teams in the 90s, but it's their teams, they have like a rookie Kobe and like almost prime Shaq. Some Bulls in there, I highly doubt they're gonna get past them, but yeah. But if the Lakers do good, they could probably take 2 decades. I mean, I would be disappointed if the Lakers don't win the 80s, like honestly. If the Lakers do not like go through the 80s, I'm gonna be disappointed. Like the Lakers could like slip and slide through the 80s. It shouldn't be that hard since there's no Larry Bird Celtics. It shouldn't be that hard. I don't think the Lakers have missed a shot. Magic has missed one. The Lakers have missed 1 shot. This team's going off. This is a high-scoring game. Probably the most high-scoring game of the entire series. This is working for the start to get high-scoring games, by the way. So yeah, I'd be disappointed if the Lakers don't win at least one decade. I mean, they have to win the 80s. If they don't win the 2000s, that's fair, because the '08 Celtics are in this decade. And a couple other teams that I'm forgetting. But like the '08 Celtics and stuff, so if they don't win the 2000s, I wouldn't be mad, but they have to win the 80s. Come on, they don't even have to face Larry Bird, so I can't say Larry Bird. Because they didn't even face him. Their competition is literally Dominique Wilkins. And Dominique Wilkins and Sidney Moncrief is their competition. And the Bad Boys Pistons. When you have the all-time leading scorer, or when you have two top 5 players of all time on your team, then I honestly don't believe that, like, when you have two top 5 players of all time on your team, I don't believe it's going to be that hard to, clear the decade with two top 10 players of all time, where one isn't even in their prime, and they're both eliminated. So the Lakers should be able to landslide through the competition. They're up by 8 right now, so they're in the second round. So, sorry, Pistons fans. You only have 2 teams, so come on, Dennis at the buzzer. Nice bucket from Rodman, but the team lost because you suck. Up to like a book. Magic with 10 points. Very efficient. I'm correct. I think the Lakers only missed like 1 shot. That's how game dominant for. So 1 matchup left before we get into it. This is going to determine who the Lakers versus. This will determine who the Lakers versus. Magic, or both MJs could go in a brawl. The Cavs could pull off the greatest upset in NBA history, but honestly, Jordan has so much. Like, honestly, I would be disappointed if a Bulls team doesn't win this, just because how many there is. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if like the final 4 teams were like 2 of them are the Bulls and they versus in the finals. If you're a Bulls fan, you're guaranteed an NBA champion. But if 2 Bulls teams made the finals, I wouldn't want it to be 2 Jordan Bulls. I would want it to be like the 11 Bulls versus the 96 Bulls. I would love to see that if like the 11 Bulls could pull out and versus the 2000s. But unless you're in the 60s or the 70s, I don't think you'll understand how hard it's going to be to win a decade. It's not going to be hard in the 60s because it's literally 1 game. So, if the 65 Celtics win the championship, I would honestly be mad. They had to play the least amount of games. They literally had to play, if they won the championship, they would play, what? They would play 3 games. 3 or 4 games if they won the championship. Other teams would have to play like 5 or 6 games. Probably even more. Probably almost 10 games. Right, so if the Celtics win, or a team from like the 70s or the 60s win, I would be mad. Because they had to play by far the least amount of games, when these other teams had to almost play 10 games. Just to lose to a team who literally played like 3 games. Basically all that work for nothing. The reason I'm not commentating anymore, like I said, is because they're blowouts. There's no point in wasting my voice on a blowout. No, my. Yeah, alright, there's no upset. Cavs fans, I wouldn't even be mad if you lose this game, because I mean, if you're a Cavs fan, you're in the worst position. I mean, you could pull off, like, you could win the 2010s if you're lucky. Here, after this game, I'm just gonna end the video. 8-0. I'm just gonna quit. It's literally 8-0. We're just gonna say the Bulls advance. Come on. It's literally the end of the first half, and the Cavs haven't even scored the ball. It's Bulls. We'll do part 4. I don't know when, but we'll do it before Thursday. Yeah. Love you guys so much.